begin with hums. Sing with us. Ki eshmera Shabbat el yishmereni. When I keep Shabbat, Shabbat keeps me. Ki eshmera Shabbat el yishmereni. Oti le'omead. Try that again. Sing with us. Yeshmera Shabbat El Yishmereni. Oti le'omead Ve'no ve'ni. Deep breath. Shabbat El Yishmereni. Oti le'omead Ve'no ve'ni. Shabbat Shalom. No, you can say Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Tonight is Shabbat Shirah, a Shabbat of song. This Shabbat on which Jewish communities read the Song of the Sea from our Torah, remembering the song our people sang upon crossing the Red Sea, has become in many communities a night on which to celebrate music, to truly make our service a Shabbat of song. Now, tonight is a very exciting night for us. After 11 months of Cantor, Rabbi, and I leading services either in our homes in boxes or in an empty sanctuary, tonight as we gather outside, we have a small congregation joining us. A very small congregation. If you count the three of us and Robert Jarash, our accompanist, and Mark and Stephen in the back, we are at a minyan, which is very exciting. We're just at a minyan, but we are thrilled. And we're hoping to do this more often, so you can watch your e-news for information of how we'll be doing so and how you can sign up if you're comfortable and interested. Just so you know, everyone other than the three of us is masked and sitting in households by pods. You guys really could sit together if okay, good. Oh. But we are going to do this if, as long as we can do so safely. And again, you can watch for more information. We just had a greeting from a dog walker also, which was very nice.
That was nice. Shabbat Shalom.
This is also exciting for us because it's giving us an opportunity to ask a really important question. See, while we were streaming our services long before the pandemic, we weren't really thinking about what it was like to pray at home. We were here, and we were glad that those who couldn't be here could view, but you remember we had that camera up on the ceiling, and it wasn't very, you couldn't see the prayer book. It wasn't so easy. And lately, we've been thinking a lot about what it's like to pray at home, but we've had a sanctuary that's looked like a television studio. So now we're starting to think about what it means to have a service in which we're simultaneously leading for congregants who we can see and for the ones that we can't, while feeling everyone's presence and connecting as one community. I'm so grateful to have Cantor Canizaro and Rabbi Weiss as partners, and we are all grateful to have you all as our partners. Thank you for being on this journey with us, both to those in our outside sanctuary and all of you who are warm and toasty in the sanctuaries that are each of your homes. Wherever we are, we bring Shabbat into our community with light. Our Shabbat candles are an important reminder of the light that can come out of darkness, the warmth that can come out of winter, and the peace that can emerge from any conflict. So as hopefully you are preparing your Shabbat candles at home, we have our Shabbat candles here. Hopefully you may also have some Kiddush wine. We did not provide that for those who are with us. We bring Shabbat into our lives this evening together.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kishanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu להדליק נר של Shabbat. Amen. And now I invite all of you to raise your cup of Kiddush wine or grape juice, whatever you have on hand, as we join together. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho me'ahava u'vratzon inchilanu zikaron lema'aseh v'reishit ki yom tahila lemikra'e kodesh zecher letziyat Mitzrayim kivanu v'chata yotanu kitashta mikol ha'amim v'shabbat kodecha ve'ahava u'vratzon inchaltanu. Baruch atah Adonai Mekadesh HaShabbat. Amen. L'chaim.
L'chaim. Our service continues with Psalm 95, L'chu Neranena, as we lift our voices in praise and in song together. L'chu Neranena, Yai Lai 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 Lai, Adonai, Yai Lai 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 Lai, Nariya, Yai Lai 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 all of our hearts to hear God's voice. Lechu niranena, lechu niranena. Yai lai 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 lai, Adonai. Yai lai 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 lai, Nariya. Yai lai 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 lai, Letzur Yishenu. Yai lai lai lai, yai lai lai lai, yai lai 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 lai. That was some good singing.
It was awesome.
That was nice. For anyone who joined us late, tonight is an important night for good singing. Tonight is Shabbat Shirah, the Shabbat of song, the Shabbat on which we read the Torah portion where our people cross the Red Sea and join with Miriam in song and dance on the other side. We are very lucky in this congregation to have two rabbis and a cantor, each of whom credit music for bringing us to where we are today. The setting of Psalm 95 that we just sang is by a band called Ma Tovu, made up of Rabbi Ken Chasen, Rabbi Yoshi Zweiback, and Steve Brodsky. Steve was the cantorial soloist and song leader at the congregation at which I grew up in Denver, and I credit him with instilling so much of my love for Jewish music and really my love for Judaism. We're singing another of their melodies later for Hashkivenu, the song I sing to my children every night. But this Shabbat Shirah, I'm thinking especially of Debbie Friedman, whose 10th yahrzeit we observed this week. Debbie was a remarkable woman who wrote so much of the music we sing and opened the door for countless composers who came after her, who would write so many of the other melodies we sing. I got my first guitar on my 7th birthday, and like most kids, the first songs I wanted to learn were, well, Debbie Friedman's. I would sit in my room with Debbie Friedman cassette tapes. If we have any young people with us tonight, I'll explain what cassette tapes are another time. But I would sit for hours rewinding and listening, rewinding again and trying to play along, always singing, finding new harmonies. In a crazy way, this time I spent alone with Debbie Friedman is why I'm standing in front of you all today. While on the one hand I was learning a song, I also was learning how to pray. Reb Nachman of Bratslav taught that singing nigunim, melodies without words, is the chance for the soul to pray the words the mind and mouth could never understand. I heard from one of our congregants recently asking about why we have so many yais and lies in our service, and this is why. For many, it can be really powerful. For me and for many, not knowing Hebrew at the time, the words weren't so different than yais and lies. And as I was becoming accustomed to those words, as my fingers were becoming accustomed to the shape of the chords, my soul was learning to pray. And this all happened alone in my room with a Debbie Friedman cassette tape. Ultimately, I learned to play Baruch Hu and other prayers and songs, and as a young teenager, I found myself in the role of song leader. Now, that which I had been doing alone was being done for other people. But in that transition, I found the power of communal singing, and not only how much I loved being in front of a group, which is a good thing for a rabbi, but more importantly, how much I loved singing with a group. Judaism allows for praying alone. Almost every prayer and every service can be said by anyone, anywhere. But Baruch Hu, Kaddish, and the reading of Torah require a minyan, a community, reminding us of the importance of combining our voices with others. On this Shabbat Shirah, wherever we may be, let us lift our voices up with one another. We have been one another's minyan throughout this year, and we have seen that lack of physical presence is not a barrier for the spiritual presence that we can feel. So as we rise now, if you're physically able, for Baruch Hu, beginning the main section of our service, we sing as individual voices. We sing as a minyan, as a supportive community. We sing as many ones to the one who has given us the strength and ability to sing together. shall be in your heart, and you shall teach them diligently unto your children. You shall speak of them when you're sitting in your house, when you're walking by the way, and when you're lying down, and when you're rising up, and when you're rising up, and you shall bind them for a sign upon your hand. They shall be for frontlets between your eyes, and you shall write them on the doorposts of your house and upon your gate, and upon your gate, that you may remember and do all of my commandments, and be holy unto your God, unto your God, unto your God. That was definitely one of the Debbie Friedman tunes I would be rocking out to at home.
When you sing, you stand in the presence of God with your heart breaking open. You are here to pour out your soul to God with music and melody emerging from the depths of your being. Inevitably, you will begin to feel the emergence of your spirit in great joy and delight. At first, it was you singing to your soul to wake her up, but slowly you will feel your soul singing her own song. Your heart and everything within you goes out with your spirit's song, and the way of songs is upward. All of its revolutions are carved, each movement of the musician is etched, and the melody is engraved in the timbre of the voice. The melody bears your spirit in it, pouring it out before the divine. You do not need to be in a community to sing this way. Even when you're at home, anytime you feel capable, you can sing like this. And you do not need to scream and shout. There is music made even with a whisper or a breath that can still be heard in heaven. And it is through this instinct that Moses, Miriam, and all the people of Israel began to sing as they crossed the sea, pouring out the spirit of their newly hard-earned freedom into this ancient melody. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar ba'kodesh, nora tehilot, osefela. And those same words we now sing together with a melody much newer.
Who is like you, Adonai? Who is like you, Adonai?
the words. Bichamocha ba'elim Adonai, Ikamocha Nehedar b'kodesh, Norah tehilo tosei velen, Norah tehilo tosei velen. Who is like you, Adonai? Who is like you, Adonai? Bichamocha ba'elim Adonai, Ikamocha Nehedar b'kodesh, Norah tehilo tosei velen, Norah tehilo tosei velen. Yeah, lai, 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 yeah, lai, 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 yeah, lai, 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 yeah, la, 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 la. Yeah, lai, 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 yeah, lai, 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 yeah, lai, 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 yeah, la, 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 la.
Who is like you, Adonai? Who is like you, Adonai? ונאמר כי ודע אדוני את יעקב וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו, ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל. A few weeks ago, a large group of cantors gathered together virtually for our midwinter conference. It was quite a difference from last year in Palm Springs, but we met together virtually and had a wonderful time. As we were all chatting, someone asked what people missed most about pre-pandemic services. And there was no contest. The overwhelming response was being able to sing together. There is something about being able to sing with others that feeds the soul. When I was a kid, before the internet, before DVDs, before streaming, my sister and I would watch musicals with our mother on television. We would bring a tape recorder, yes, the very same one Rabbi used, well, similar, but not whatever. And we would watch them and we would tape record the movies. Over the next few months, we would then play these movies back and sing along with the songs over and over and over again. Oklahoma, Mary Poppins, West Side Story, and The Wizard of Oz. These are only some of the movies that I remember learning by heart this way. Singing along with the characters, learning the different parts and harmonies of the songs were thrilling for me, and it gave this shy little girl a world into which she could escape and be whomever she wished to be. Music is a power that reaches deep down into the soul of an individual. It becomes a message that goes from heart to heart, from the heart of the composer to the heart of the singer or instrumentalist to the heart of the listener. Singing with someone, harmonizing with them, adds an additional layer of creativity and even meaning in the music. Harmony produces chords and sounds to a melody that enhance the music and can bring out new and sometimes unexpected meaning to the words. It brings people together, creating a communal moment where everyone is a part of the song, regardless of participation. Kind of like the children of Israel singing together on the side of the Sea of Reeds. Can you imagine that sound? The different voices raised in song? some harmonizing, some singing, some making it up, and some maybe not even singing at all, just being uplifted by that amazing sound. It brings to mind a biennial Shabbat of past years, thousands of people singing together. Well, this is not a biennial Shabbat, nor the other side of the Sea of Reeds, but this is a community. Whether you are sitting in your home watching or sitting in front of us, we are all a community. And music is a power that can bring us all together as one, even if only for a moment. This past year, when we've had to lead services from home and only one of us could sing at a time, I would find myself singing with whomever was leading. I would try out different harmonies, singing with the freedom that only comes from not being heard. If I made a mistake, only I knew it. So now, as we continue with our evening prayer for shelter and protection, as I finally get to sing the harmonies with rabbis in person, I want you to sing out. Experiment with harmony, experiment with melody, or even words. Sing whatever is in your soul. Harmonize with us.
Ashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu L'Shalom, L'Shalom. V'ha'amidenu Shomreinu L'Chaim. Ufros Aleinu Sukat Shlomecha, Ufros Aleinu Sukat Shlomecha. Shelter us beneath thy wings, O Adonai. Guard us from all harmful things, O Adonai. Keep us safe throughout the night, till we wake with morning's light. Teach us, God, wrong from right. Amen. 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 Ashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu L'Shalom, L'Shalom. V'hamidenu Shomreinu L'Chaim. Ufros Aleinu Sukat Shlomecha, Ufros Aleinu Sukat Shlomecha. We rise now, if you're able, as our service continues with the Amidah.
Adonai Svatai Tivtach. Adonai Svatai Tivtach. Ufi Yakim Ata Adonai, Eloheinu, Ve'Elohei Avotenu, Ve'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Ve'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Ve'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanorah, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'Konei Hakol, V'Zocher Chastei Avot V'Imahot, U'Mevi Geula Livnei V'neihem, Lema'an Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer U'Moshia U'Magen, Baruch Atah Adonai, Magen Avraham Ve'ezrat Sarah. Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Mechaye HaKol Atah Rav Le'Hoshia, Mashiv HaRuach U'Morid HaGashem, Mechalkel Chayim Bechesed, Mechaye HaKol Berachamim Rabim, Somech Noflim Verofei Cholim, Umatir Asurim, Umekayem Emunato, Lishenei Afar, Michamocha Bal Gevurot, Umido Melach, Melech Meimit Umechaye, Umatzmiach Yeshua, V'ne'eman Ata Lehachayot HaKol, Baruch Atah Adonai, Mechaye HaKol. Atah Kadosh V'Shimcha Kadosh, U'Kadoshim B'chol Yom Yahalelucha Selah, Baruch Atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh.
And we are seated as we read together. Let the pursuit of peace and justice be our highest good, and may all people make peace their responsibility. Let Torah be a light that guides our lives toward empathy and understanding, toward generosity of heart. Let peace be our passion, chief among our prayers, every season of the year, every hour of the day.
Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Le'olam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Le'olam. Ki ata hu melech adon Lechol HaShalom, Ki ata hu melech adon, Lechol HaShalom. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Le'olam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Le'olam. V'tov be'einecha levarech et Amcha Yisrael, b'chol עת ובכל שעה, בשלומך. Shalom Rav al Yisrael
now to our prayer for healing as we think of those who lie on beds of pain, ailing in body, mind, and spirit. And so take a moment to conjure that person's name in your heart. Hold it in there. We sing Misha Berach for those names, said and unsaid, with the tune that Debbie Friedman gifted us to give voice to our pain, our yearning, and our love.
Pause now, each for a moment of our own silent prayer. Ah, and a Shabbat of song, it has been, and a beautiful one. It has been. Just a few quick announcements. I hope everyone will join us tomorrow morning for Torah study at 9 o'clock. Tomorrow night at 6 o'clock, we have an evening of comedy. 4 professional stand-up comedians from New York are joining us on Zoom after a Havdalah service. It should really be wonderful. And then next week on Thursday evening, we're joined by Rick Heller. He is alumni of the congregation. He'll be talking about his company, health-related kind of, they scan temperatures of groups, and really talking about the future of how we think about infection in this country and what it'll mean to be in a group moving forward. So that's Thursday night. All the information is on our website at zedek.org. So at this time now, we think of those in our community whom we've lost as we prepare for the mourner's Kaddish. On this Shabbat, we remember those who have recently been laid to rest. Carol Rosen Gray, Max Lukowitz, Rena Jacobson, Mary Zenober, Jamie Zeitzman, Larry King, Sylvia Alperstein. And those to be laid to rest this weekend, Mary June Hanberry, Emil Lukowitz, and Edmund Lee Slachter. We also remember those whose yahrzeit, the anniversary of whose passing, occurs at this time. Philip Afric, David Borrell, Matilda Silverstein Brower, Isidore H. Bruckner, Craig A. Chase, David Copeland, Seymour Davis, Doris Falk, Jacob Sigmund Freeman, Maynard Jacob Friedman, Esther Goldman, Sylvia Groden, Rebecca Grossman, Marion Jane Crone Harris, Luella Long Jacobs, Hassan Keskiner, Selma May Kiev, Frank Kleinman, Alfred Koppel, Helen Lefkowitz, Robert Lietman, Morris Lipman, Florence Magellan, William Manis, Steffi Moorer, Sophie Miller, Carolyn Muroff, Lawrence Norman, Edna Oxenhandler, Helen Paul, Lorraine Pegler, Ann Pock, Dorothy Steinberg Pomerantz, Joseph Ransahoff, Elizabeth Rome, Priscilla R. Root, Pauline Skleroff Rosenau, Francis Rosner, Morris Russo, Hyman Saltzman, J. Leon Schwartz, Dorothy Seiden, Sarah Shapiro, Brooke Smith, Sophie Porton-Smith, Gregorio Smood, Bernard Sneidman, Mortimer Weingarten, Mimi Weiss, Richard Weiss, Joseph Winokur, Rosalind Witkoff, Rudolph Wolf, Bernard Zenneber, and Paul Zelinsky. Zichronam livracha, may their memory always be a blessing. As we remember them, we remember the songs they bring to each of our lives, the songs that we continue to hear and continue to celebrate, even as they are gone. We rise now as we join together in Kaddish Yatom, the mourner's Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, ve'alma divrach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon u'v'yomechon, u'v'chayei dechol beit Yisrael, ba'agala u'v'zman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevarach le'olam u'lalmei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yithadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal shemei dekudesha barichu le'elam min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata da'amiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. May the source of peace send peace to all who mourn and comfort to all who are bereaved, as we say together, amen. Amen. You may be seated as we sing our closing song, words from the Song of the Sea, words from this week's Torah portion, Ozi v'zimrat ya vayehi li lishua. God is my strength. God is my song. And God will be my salvation. This is a very simple melody, but it's a lot of fun. Both Cantor and I talked about just having fun with harmonies. This is a song where you can have a lot of fun with harmonies. So please, please, please sing out loud, sing with us. Don't worry how it sounds. Just let your voice be heard. Ozi vezimrat ya vayili lishua. That's the whole thing. Ozi vezimrat ya If you're not singing yet, do it now. Ozi vezimrat ya vayili lishua. Ozi vezimrat ya We're about to sing our Motzi. I hope you all will join us on our Zoom Oneg Shabbat. I know that those here will be schmoozing for a little bit from at least 6 feet away from one another. But for those at home, we'll be on Zoom tonight as soon as we're done. But I hope everyone gets a chance to get outside. I know it's chilly, but if you have not seen this moon yet, you have to go out and check out the moon because it is beautiful. So we'll say Motzi over whatever it is that you might be noshing on tonight. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. Adonai oz le'amo yitein, Adonai yavarech et amo v'shalom. May God give strength unto this people, blessing this and all peoples with the ability to sing together, to harmonize together, to create together melodies that lead to peace. Ozi vezimrat ya Shabbat shalom.
Shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Ah.